All right, guys, we're back. So we were about to go to the gym, and then I get an alert, right? We've taken this high, and then I come back and I see that we've left these relative highs to each other. We've displaced out of here. We've not left this gap here. I like this. This looks good. I'm just aiming for this high.
Order filled.
Okay. We're in there. We're just going to be aiming for these highs here. Stop will go to break even at these highs here. I really like this. This looks great. If it loses, I'm okay with this losing. So you always have to ask yourself, are you okay with this losing? Stop needs to be right there. And we are okay with this losing. Right, so we have the displacement. We create a relative equal highs on ES. That's why we're taking on ES and not an NQ. And then we've came down, discount, we've tapped this fair value gap. We respected CE, and now we displace higher out of here. We displaced nicely with 3 up close candles, which is what I want to see. We left our fair value gap here. All right. I can't pull it because of the freaking. There we go. Come on. There we go. This is our 1 minute fair value gap here. And yeah. So that's the idea behind this. And because we've left these equal highs, right? And this will be our runner target. So we'll take 5 here. And then we'll wait for the other. So I know we waited so long and we finally got our setup. I originally wanted this right here on NQ when we displaced out of here, right? But we just broke away and then the inversion held. So now we came back to the inverse. This 5 minute that I had noted here that we were going to leave, we did not leave. And we came off the 5 and then displaced higher. So on either indice, it is a good trade to take, but I am taking it on ES because of the equal highs that we've left here, which are really obvious to me. And that's the reason why I'm happy with this trade, whether it wins or loses. This is A+ for me. So yesterday we traded NQ, today we trade ES. I want to measure this from this low to this high, right? We came down, we respected 50%. We came into a discount, a deep discount. And then we displaced out of here with meaningful displacement, clean displacement, not the displacement, and then a wiki candle. Nice, clean displacement, right? That's what I look for. We have nothing holding this trade back. We have interest up here, which are these relative highs. I mean, equal highs, sorry. I'm used to them being relative. And we have a target inside a 5 minute, right? 15-minute is looking like this, right? We have our SMT at the lows, and we've displaced out of here. We've came back down, touched the wick of this premium wick of this order block. That's what I'm looking at too, right? So I like this. Just gotta let it play out. See what we do. This is a 1 to 2 here, right there. And then our 1 to 1 is like around right there, right there. So we obviously want to go for a 1 to 2. Going for nice little base hits. Let's see. So this will be an easier video to digest, where it's not like super long and you have to, go through skip through the video to find the trade. So this will just pretty much be the trade, which I might do stuff like that, just like a live tape read and then just post a video afterwards of the trade, right? Okay. All right. Do want to notice this? We're respecting this volume imbalance here, right? But again, this still looks good to me. So this doesn't matter. So the 2 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute, that is an inverse as well. I want to pay attention to NQ and this low that we have here. I would not mind if NQ comes and sweeps this and we just dig deeper into this area and then we displace higher. Ideally we don't, and we hold support here at this inversion, right? That's what I'm looking at as well. We reclaim this inversion. We've came off the 5. Everything looks great right here for us to go higher. For these equal highs, we have a clear draw on liquidity. These are the setups you want to lose on. If you're going to lose on something that's A+. Because I would prefer to take this setup than trying to, I don't know, let's say we took this setup here, over here on NQ, even though it worked out right here, right? Or no, it was right here. If we took this setup here to here, if this would have lost, I would have been more upset of this losing than this losing, because this feels inducing. This follows my structure, my plan, and the bias right here of internal range liquidity. So yeah, just let it play out now. Notice how NQ is coming down for this low, right there. Swept it, perfect. I'll add 2 more. So I'm buying 2 more here because of that sweep of liquidity there. Now I want to see ES. If we dig deeper into this 1 minute, I can allow for this sweep here. I would like this, but preferably see a reaction out of here, because anybody that was taking this trade on NQ just got stopped out, and ES is still up here. So there's this huge SMT, which makes me feel really good, confident, right? Right there. So now I'm expecting ES to just be able to take off, and then we'll take our first PT here. We'll sell 5. Half of the position was all 6. And then we'll aim for this high. So now I expect NQ to start moving higher too after we swept that. So that is our SMT there. And anybody playing that SMT the trade can look like that, but I wouldn't play this. I don't like playing SMT plays like that, right? Now we should see an expansion without any slowing down, because we've grabbed enough liquidity. We've taken enough liquidity to be able to punch us up there. We've taken out people that are going long here on NQ. This is why I like switching over from different indices to different indices, right? Because it's really important to pay attention to this. Sometimes these things slip my mind too, and I get caught up in the, I didn't see the S&T, but right here, I want to see a nice punch above there. And what we'll actually do, no, we just let it play out. I was going to take off the 2 contracts here once we create the SMT at the highs, just in case, but I'm just going to let this trade play out since we do have the equal highs right here. I really do like those highs. And then we're also going to be taking a partial at those highs, so letting this play out is the best thing I can do here. Oh my gosh. I gotta fix my sleeping schedule, man. Okay. 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. Okay, let's see if we can get above this volume imbalance here and close above there. That'd be nice. But I'm pretty confident in this going up higher here. Then NQ. How many points is this on ES? We get all the way, it's 10 handles. Honestly, 5 handles is perfect, but we'll try to get the full 10. I mean the full, is it 10? 7 here, 9 here, and 10. We'll try to just get up to the 7. I like this here. We're a little bit over a mini in 12 micros. I also was about to leave for the gym, and then I needed to charge my Apple Watch. I was like, wow. Okay, so this is something I do want to pay attention to here, because I don't want to see this low broken again. All right, we're respecting the volume imbalance. Okay, 15 minute. Okay. Yeah, let's just let this trade play out. Looks good. So this low is now swept on ES here. And then I believe we also swept it on NQ. Yep. Right there. Came back, tapped into the 1 minute. Wow. If this was like a double sweep, anybody going long on NQ it's like, yeah. We'll see. We'll take this off. And now this can go here. Let's see here. Buy 12 stop loss. Okay, 300. That's not bad. Yeah. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my stuff ready for the gym so I can be ready, but I'll leave the trade playing.
Order filled.
All right, and we are back. So this trade is still hanging around there. All right, we have to allow it for some room to breathe. Not a problem. Again, if this doesn't play out, I'm completely okay with it. It's part of the model. I actually went to go get a yogurt. It's something good for the gut health. It's pretty much breaking the fast. Okay. We'll take a partial. We'll take a partial here. We'll sell 2 here. Just so we can minimize our risk. And then we'll sell half of our position, which will be only 10 once we get there. Right. Delicious. These yogurts I got in my Costco, they're great. They 90 calories and 15 grams of protein, 0 sugar, 0 everything. What more can you ask for? So anybody going in long on NQ is getting taken out. Got taken out again. Yeah, that's insane. NQ's moving crazy. Okay, so on our top step accounts, we were only able to get 4 micros. So the risk maintains at 100 times 5. That's 500 risk. That's the way I look at it. So I typically don't risk more than 100 to 150 on those top step accounts. Yeah, man, what the hell? It is what it is. I'll let it play out. And we'll take a partial on top step as well here at this time. Limit sell, we'll do limit sell too. And then we'll just let the rest run. Or actually, no, I don't have a lot of leverage on top step. I will move my stop though. Nah, I'd rather not. Because it just messes with my head when I move my stop like that. Like, there's no reason. We'll be back. I'm gonna go take this to the kitchen.
Order filled.
Okay, so we ended up taking that partial manually. And I believe on top step, I did move my stop to break even. And I took a partial there as well. So I'm expecting these gaps here to hold. Or, you know what? On top step, I'm gonna move my stop to this low here. Give it some room, because these fair value gaps can get tapped into, right? these right here. So I really give it some room. And then we're just back down to 10 micros on this trade. Yeah. Still like this. It's a tough trade. Yeah, the 5, it looks tough. All right, you gotta let it do its thing. Yeah, if we lose on this, it's fine. Again, I really do like this trade. It's just unfortunate, because I do like these highs. I do think we engineered more highs. The only last thing I can see is that we come down, sweep this, and then go higher. But I want to see hold here, right? For us to hold price here, this for value gap. So I've given it a little bit extra room on top step because I would have you to be taken out here and then go. So I just risk. It's literally nothing on top step. I think it's like $26 risk. The entry was a lot better on top step. It always kind of is. But yeah. So I want to see if we can expand out of here. If not, then this is probably GG's. But yeah. The 5 minutes not looking too good though. It's something I am noting. It's looking pretty horrendous. Like, what is this? But again, I like the equal highs, and I like this setup here. I would like to have seen it expand already, and it's not doing so. It does it, and then it comes back down, sweeps, then it goes again, sweeps, and goes again. So it just could be tough conditions, but I'm leaving my stop here for that reason. Top step, I'm moving it here to minimize risk. I already taken a partial here. And yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because if this stops me out on top step, I'll just be break even on the day, which is cool. But if it works out, it'll be nice. Do want to see these P arrays get inversed, not respected here. Because this is technically your other opportunity. Another trade could have been here at this, and then stop below the low, and then targeting the highs, right? Grants you a 1 to 2 as well. So technically, this is where you could enter again, re-entry, and then target these highs, and it grants you that 1 to 2. But yeah, just why I don't mind moving my stop to this low, but I'll leave it there just in case this wants to sweep. I've had done that before where I move my stop to this low and then it comes in, sweeps, and then goes, and the stop should have been placed here. So yeah. How long is this video? 29 minutes. Wow, we just get some long trades, man, on live. Swear it's not like this every time we go on. I'm just trading. Yesterday's trade was 2 hours, broke record for my longest trade ever. This one already is 29 minutes or so. That's insane. I guess you guys get the full experience, get to see the reactions and everything too. I mean, you just have to be calm, regardless of what happens. The outcome's already set. We're going to go higher, we're going to go lower. But based on your technical study, this is what you expect price to do. And sometimes you're going to be wrong. Sometimes you're going to be right. Accept when you're right, accept when you're wrong, and be done for the day. Like after this, we're done, right? Right or wrong. but we try to minimize our risk, right? I realized that at 12 micros, I was a little in too heavy, so I took off two there at a valid area, right? Technically, if you don't feel comfortable with the trade, you could chop it at any time, right? That's always a thing as well. But imagine if I would have taken it off here and then I see it start running. What does that do to your mental, right? You study this, you've seen this happen before. Why would you want to take it off, right? But your impulsiveness tries to shield you from any type of harm. What's the harm here? That you're going to lose money. And yeah, you're constantly being shielded from that fear. And I mean, don't even get me started. Depends where you come from, what money means to you. If you had money growing up, if you didn't have money growing up, and then you're just gonna risk it like that, like, that sounds a little crazy to a lot of people, right? But without any risks, without any risk, there's no reward, right? You need risk to have reward. And right now, the risk is this much, and the reward is this much. Are you willing to take that? I am. I'm willing to take that risk right now. If it doesn't play out, it's just another stat to my journal. It's like, think about it. How would you feel if the market just took a dump all the way down here? Would you be okay with that? The answer is yes, and this is the right trade for you. If it's no, then you shouldn't have taken that trade. I'm okay with that because this would just pretty much put me back at break even for this week. So let the odds play out. Everybody being fearful in and out of this trade, in and out of this consolidation. These are tough for conditions, dude. I'm not telling you these are easy conditions. For anybody playing in here and holding, it's being tested. The mental's being tested. But again, patience pays. The stock market is a simple tool, a utility used to transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient individuals. I will be taking a partial on Top Step here, just one. It's at this high once we take it. Oh, that yogurt's so good. Macros are amazing. Again, why this trade? Look at these equal highs. What does retail see this as? This is your resistance here. We've hit it, we came down. So retail wants to sell here. We're targeting those highs to be taken. But we'll see. And then we have this little gap here. And I don't want to be in this trade for too much longer. I don't want it to be another headache trade like yesterday where it was just way too long. So right now we're about to enter the macro. I'm expecting an expansion higher right here at 1250 in another minute. Launch macro to 110. Okay, so I'm expecting us to displace higher from here. 30 more seconds. And keep pushing lower, sweeping this internal low. Yes, still holding that internal low. Okay, we've now both swept that internal low, and NQ is still pushing lower. I'm looking at this order block here, right? I want to see those, like the respectiveness of that order block. What is an order block intended to do? Change the state of delivery. Why this order block and not this one? Because this one's already been rebalanced to use the mean threshold displaced. And we have our next order block here. I'm gonna take this off for the sake of clarity. And we have this order block here, which is coming off this order block, which has a big meaningful displacement. That's what categorizes this as an order block for me. Then we come down, we tap it, and then what are we doing? We're changing the state of delivery. That's what an order block is supposed to do. Meanwhile, NQ is displacing slightly lower, right? And we've come below this candle, and on ES we still haven't. So now this is where I'm expecting the expansion to come in at this macro at 1250. So I would expect this to push us up higher. If we're going to go higher for these highs, no. If not, then we'll just have to wait until later time. But I do think these highs get taken. It looks good for it to be taken now. And that's what I'm playing the probabilities as. This is how the trade looks like so far. So we've been in this trade for about, let's see, 37 minutes already. I'm giving it to this macro. Should be able to see it here. The 5 minute looks horrible though, I'm not gonna lie. This does not look that good. But it's still holding the same structure I initially placed the trade on, so that's why
Order
it's still
filled.
being on there. So partial's been taken on good old top step, and now I feel comfortable moving my stop to the break-even point because this macro should take us there. So now this is a stress-free trade. I'm gonna take another partial. I'm gonna sell 3 here, and now we just have 7, and then we'll take a partial of 3 more here, and then we'll just leave one runner all the way up there, and this should be 7 in case it comes and stops us out, right? This is how I manage my trade based on the information I'm being presented, right? Now on top step, I'm just letting it run. If it pays me, it pays me. It's gonna pay me solid. Copy traded on 5 accounts. But my main focus is my life because this is what pays my bills, really. This is where I can pull out money as soon as I make it. As soon as the money's made, go to deposit into my bank and be done, right? So I just focus more on this. Okay, good. Remember, we want to see the expansion within this macro, which is this whole thing I have shaded here, right? This macro here is really important. This area and price, the last 10 minutes of the hour, all the way leading into the first 10 minutes of the hour, 1250 to 110. Cover commissions. Let's see. I will sell 2 more there because I don't like how it's hesitating here at this previous sweep, right? Oh, we've been seeing the kind of conditions we're in, up and down, consolidating. The 5 doesn't look that good. So I'm keeping all these things in mind, right? That's the reason why I'm taking a partial, not just based out of fear or anything like that. I'm taking it based on the logical sense. Yes, the trade's been holding, but at the same time, I do want to preserve my capital. It doesn't hurt to take a little risk off the table by just taking another 2 micros, right? And then leaving these run. I take 3 here, and I take my last 2 here. Yeah. And then this should be all the way up here. Why 3 here? Because this is where the equal highs are. And this is where I'm going to take my last one on top step. I'll take my last partial and then I'll just let the rest run. But yeah, another successful day. Um, and again, we waited quite a bit, but I'm glad I uploaded the other video so that way the other video can be already rendering over there. And this won't be too long of a video. It's still pretty lengthy, but whoever wants to watch the full trade, it'll be there. It'll be there. Right? The explanation, the thought process, everything. And I hate seeing all these boxes everywhere, so I'm going to take them off. I just put them on there so the visuals are a little bit cleaner, right, to what I'm looking for. I can take that off too. But it does distract a little bit from price action. It almost feels like an indicator. Mm-hmm. Let's look at this 5. We finally closed above the volume imbalance, right? Right here. It's something we're struggling to get across. And now I want to see if we come back and retest that volume imbalance there. It'll also be a 5-minute order block here, which I really like this order block. Right, so I'm just going to stay on the 5-minute since the 1-minute seems to be a little bit more clogged up. And our stop allows for this to be a wick and then respect it. So I feel happy with the stop. I feel happy with the trade management. At this point, I just want the trade to either play out or not so I can just go to the gym. I think my watch is charged. Yep, fully charged. Let's see the 5-minute on NQ. Sometimes we get a little bit too centered on the 1-minute, right? But so I like that. We likely created a 1-minute fair value gap here. Yep. And I would like to see this inverse not respected and then just take us up there. Hmm. $837 number. Sorry, guys, I'm just thinking out loud. Writing a message and then. But anyways, yeah. So what are we doing today? Yes, we have order black here on the 5 as well. Not the best, but I do like that it's within the 5-minute, right? So following order flow. If this is the real bullish order block, then we're gonna push this higher from here. And there's no need for you guys to tap into it, but it can. And I would like for it to use this volume imbalance as, since it was finding a lot of resistance here, and I use it as support to go higher. All right. contact. Cool. The profile we're in. Look at this. Yeah. But again, this is a risk-free trade, so we don't have to worry about it. But this is, again, the last 2 days have been mentally draining trades. They're just taking forever. I like to be in a trade in and out, very much like this one. Like the one we were talking about on the other live stream. This bad boy, where's it at? Right here. If we would have retraced into this to go for the highs, oh, this would have been lovely. Would have loved to be in there. But notice how we came back. We have retraced into that, right? The original setup that we were looking at. And then we've created another setup within that setup, right? So that's why this setup here failed, because we have an unmitigated PD array below. Comes down, taps it, then we have a setup in there, right? Looks beautiful. So now I'm just expecting us to continue higher. Continue higher. That's just reading the tape, right? You want to make sure that it's telling you a story. Price action tells a story. There's a specific reason why we came down to this point, right? And if we're going to continue higher, we should find some support there. Why not here? We could have, but we broke it. So what's the next logical point? Unmitigated PD array right there. If we go higher, that's where we should find some support. And we did. So now we're expecting this order block to hold us. Now, if it doesn't hold us, then we're just simply wrong. And that's fine. Our story is incorrect. Be okay with that. Now, pay attention here to how we've came down and we've filled in this volume imbalance. The one we found a lot of resistance prior to that. I want to see us find support here now with this order block, merging those two confluences together on the 5, coming off the 5-minute. There's too many PD arrays to fail. Now, I can get stopped out and then it work out. That's fine. But based on this, my reading is telling me that we go higher from here. So I would like to see price go higher. But again, risk-free trade. So we have really nothing to worry about, because we already did all our trade management. We've taken off 7 contracts over here, and we just have our last 5 floating. And with top step, we have limit sell 2, limit sell 1 there. Okay. The good thing is that our stop allows us for wicks. Like if our stop was right below the order block, I'd be a little bit, okay, this might get taken out and then go. But this allows for a nice wick. And then respect of that order block, respect of the volume imbalance, inverse volume imbalance here, and then go higher. Again, this order block is really good because of the big displacement right after, following the bullish order flow we have here. What do you guys think about Perfect. And here comes a stop out. Can you be mad at this? Absolutely not. This is a great trade. Good management. And that's all we can do, right? We get our piece of the
Order
pie
filled.
and we're done. So there it is, taken out, profit. All orders are off. And this is how the trade looks like. Now, what I'd like to do here is now be, let's say I had my stop all the way down here. I just leave it right here and then I just let it play out. See if it would have played out, right? If we would have got the full target. But if we come all the way through, then I'm happy we didn't do that. Why were we expecting it here? Because we're inside the macro as well. Look what the macro did. Nothing, and we display slower. Not what I want to see. I wanted to see a nice expansion up higher. That's why I felt comfortable moving my stop to break even. Because this macro should have gave us enough energy to send us up higher into our ultimate target and into these highs. Do I think we still take these highs? Absolutely. But I just don't know if it's going to be now or if it's going to be in another hour. But besides that, it's no longer a problem. We're done for the day. 5 minute looks horrible. That's another reason why we needed to trail our stop. And we needed to secure some profits. So that's why we took partials along the way, right? So we'll just let that play out. But thank you guys for joining in. I did want to record this so I can upload it. Live trade execution of the trade we've been looking for all morning and pretty much how we manage it. I know that's probably the most important part of the video. The other video goes a little bit more into detail on psychology and all that good stuff, relatable content that people want to, typically don't share, but it's on there. So if you guys have any comments or anything like that, please feel free to drop them in the comment area or shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll be happy to answer any questions or anything like that. Look at this. Managing your trade correctly is important. Have a good day, guys, and good luck.